And you can see it's much further up ahead. Like they're trying to play further up ahead.
Okay, let's see. Not
And
here.
then I have you. Just off a point. No. Caballero, I have you.
All right, who do
Thank
we
you.
got?
Caballero now. Okay.
Trying to sweep for you, Cab.
And you'll see at the bottom in the comments, I put a self-assessment in because I couldn't get a mod review for a while. I guess my reviewer's a little busy.
Okay.
Yeah. I just watched it
Um,
myself and was like, okay, this is what I see, but
Cab, I have you now.
Fair.
Okay, I'm gonna sweep.
Clapping now. Sacred on it, no. Anomaly, have you now.
Buminator.
Diabolical right now looks like a decent
Buminator.
target.
Caballero now.
He's over here by Sussy Decron.
Sussy. Yep, I see him.
Okay. Unknown now. Caballero
Welcome,
Sacred.
welcome, welcome.
Caballero
One
Sacred
shot.
on ping. Sacred on ping.
Uh-oh.
Caballero now.
Is he getting it?
Clear him,
All right,
okay.
he's back to point. Okay, temporary Pilo.
Enzor.
Anomaly
He's
now.
at bottom left.
Vinesing.
Swinging around a hammer.
Tiger
Crash
Force.
on here.
Nice, got it.
Sacred Caballero. Clapping now.
Yep.
Caballero now.
Where's Ara farming at? I see his tag, but I can't see him.
I picked up 2 crescent waves.
I think at least in this sequence here, like your DEs, like I think you're casting them a little bit early sometimes. Like you're not getting a ton of value in a lot of them because it's just a little bit too early. I think you need to be able to like pad out some of the time in between and just like go for more claps. Because I think you're definitely like I would almost expect you to heal that way is if you were healing like main ball because of like the kind of like burst pressure that someone could be would be like typically under. In kill squad, it's gonna be less. That's gonna be less of a thing. Obviously, your players are gonna be under burst, like are gonna get bursted sometimes, but definitely like you're definitely D'ing just a little bit too early across the sequence. Now we'll look at more of it, but
yeah, I find myself doing that because I'm expecting like big damage, and then it's like I don't cancel the clap fast enough, and I've done that in a couple of VODs.
It's all you have to keep it all in context with what is actually going on, right? So, like, if we're pushing people back and they're on the back foot, like the likelihood that your players are going to just start receiving a ton of burst damage is much lower than if enemy is like pushing us on and we're on the back foot, right? Things like that. That can also that also like can like make you less susceptible to like spamming abilities.
Where's Ara farming at? I see his tag, but I can't see him.
I picked up 2 crescent waves.
So this is PvP server.
Yeah. So there's some special there's some special problems here.
I picked up 2 crescent waves. I heard that twice.
Yeah. And we actually found a game breaking thing that thank God it's towards the end of the season because wars would be impossible. Yeah, wars would be impossible because there's but this is pretty
no power
comp war as far as whatever goes. But
yeah.
Sacred in their road, just on point. Caballero now.
Another thing right now is like your G8, like you've pushed these guys back from here all the way to here. Like this G8, like you need players that are like looking in right now.
Mm-hmm.
So if you notice that your group is just continuously pushing around the space and they're not looking in, like they're trolling, and you need to call it out and course correct them because this is troll. We cannot just infinitely push around the space. We have got to use the space that we win at some point, and typically for G8, it will be like to the top of point, like up to here. Like this is enough, and we have to use that. And we have to push pressure into main ball. We have to hit these players, and these people need to feel the control we have. Right? We control this. They should feel it. They should feel extra outside in pressure. So you need to course correct your group if they're doing this.
Okay, I think Henson or Biko or whatever his name is calling this. Everybody calls him Biko. I don't fucking know. But
Yeah.
I think he's been afraid of the main ball because our main ball's been rather weak, and they've been working on that too. So maybe that's what it is from his viewpoint. But yeah, I'll
I mean, look,
definitely
the
pay
thing is
attention to
like
that. Yeah.
the thing is like, hey, if your main ball is weak, then that's only more incentive for the outside players to make up for the weaknesses of the main ball by plussing in.
Okay.
That's only more incentive, right? You would have less incentive to look in if your main ball was diffing, because then you don't need to look in and you could just go and control the outside and kill everything on the outside all you want, and stalemate on the outside and role play on the outside as much as you want because your main ball is just diffing, right?
Right. That's what I'm here for, to hear all this. To learn it.
Yeah, it's good because look, as a healer, like we can talk about all your little intricacies of your micro, and whether you're, that you can do things better with that respect. Your consumes, like your heart rune usage in terms of like using it when you're under pressure and using it to like heal, right? Using it to play limits, resetting your CDs, things like that. But you as a healer, in terms of like going beyond just healing your group and calming the things that you're doing, is being someone who has good awareness of what's going on around the field and who gives good info and who understands what the group should be doing and shouldn't be doing, so that you can help course correct the group. You can give good information to the group and go and go far beyond just being a healer.
Right. Like I do that as much as possible. Like I'll tell them people are plussing in. I'm out looking like, oh, they're rapping, but I don't.
That's great.
I mean, I'm trying to do that for sure. That's
Yeah.
just part of, I played other PvP games and I played pretty high rated, but I'm kind of learning this, I guess. Llama's really helped me here. Like I need VOD reviews. That's what I need. Because every time someone VOD reviews me, I fix something.
Well,
I fix at
not
least one
just
thing.
not just VOD reviews. Like you obviously
And reps.
Yes, and not just reps, but quality reps, right? You need quality reps and quality guidance. Like my guidance could be like, "Hey, don't heal your team, just look in and heal main ball." Like, but that's not good guidance, right? And likewise, you can be playing, you can get reps, but those reps could be against like complete bots, right? And then when that's happening, you're not gonna be able to get better because you're not being challenged, and you're picking up bad habits because you don't have to have good habits because you're playing against bad players, right? So it's quality reps and quality guidance.
Right. And that's what
And
I'm
so
struggling. I'm struggling to get. I'm somewhere in the middle right now, and I'm just I'm struggling to get like good reps versus no reps.
and that's
But I
that, I
want
mean
to be
that's
good
just
for my team too. Yeah, I fucking cannot stand failure. And like when I first came to Tenacity, I had a lot of bad habits. But Llamas, those VOD reviews were brutal, and I feel like I've made a lot of improvement, but I'm still have some work to do.
Yeah, for sure. And that's great. That's good. And that's good that that's your attitude. Because that is the way that you are going to get better. So right now the group is just. I mean, let's track this again just for a second. Maybe we can skip ahead. Let's track it all the way back to here, or maybe here. So we start from the beginning. We should be holding our sacred. Here, like you don't have to be worried about your cooldowns at all. So there's no reason for you to be hitting with your with this, because you wouldn't have really used your sacred at all. So there's absolutely no reason. You would have your camera turned down so you can see everything, and you would be rapping and pushing and like seeing where enemies were actually standing, right, and seeing where your group was going. Obviously, it's super free here. The only person is Dekron. I'm not sure what he's doing. Maybe he's on a side quest and an adventure or something. But you don't have to worry about him. He's just by himself, not really doing anything. So definitely you can be pushing up here, and just have your camera down. Don't have to worry about autoing, especially you're a kill squad healer. So you're not doing any of this. Yeah, your camera's turned down, but you're positioning. You're pushing up the field. You're positioning. You don't need to necessarily be here, and you would have your sacred up and like kind of having it ready for when your group decides to commit to a space. And they should not be committing down here. If they're down here, they're just trolling. They should be pushed up where probably Anomaly is right now, at least up to that position, because it's totally free. Like no one's here challenging you. I'm not sure what their G8 is doing. Maybe they're at B. I have no clue. But there's nothing here. There's like no forces here. Like we should be spreading out around the space, and we should be pushing up. You should be pushing up here.
And like the last 4 wars we've been in, like we've been particularly strong, and would sometimes plus into helping G9, but a lot of times we're just trying to help point. Our point needs a lot of work.
You're just trying to help point.
yeah. So
Oh,
hopefully on Hudson Land it'll improve.
oh,
Cab, I have you now.
Thank you.
okay.
Okay, I'm gonna sweep.
Clapping.
Okay. Now your 9 comes in, which is good. They fill the space. We're gonna converge on this. This is because of your 9 here. Like this is gonna get pushed back because he's just getting wrapped in. These reds are just gonna get sandwiched, and pushed out of the position. Pretty straightforward.
No. Anomaly, have you now.
There the wrap comes. There the sandwich is.
Buminator.
Diabolical right now looks like a decent target.
Cavalier now.
All right, that gives us a bunch of space. Our quad DPS players should be pushing up into here, like not standing back here. Like this person shouldn't be standing back here. It should be pushed up. Our healers can even spread around too. You can be pushing up here. You could even be supporting this too. Like if your group was good and like they're topped off, and then you're like looking over here, you can even look to off heal 9 here to assist them maybe, just for a second, if anyone needs it.
Sussy. Yep, I see him.
Okay. Unknown now. Cavalier Sacred. Cavalier Sacred on ping. Sacred on ping.
And you could be calling for this guy back here. Like you can say, oh, like this guy's back here, like this guy's low back here, like trolling or something, whatever. Like calling out this guy. Super isolated person. Definitely be killed.
Cavalier Sacred on ping. Sacred on ping. Cavalier now.
Good.
Okay, temporary Pilo.
Enzor.
Anomaly now.
Bottom left.
Finzing.
Swinging around hammer.
Tiger
Crash
Force.
on here.
Left side. Nice, got it.
Sacred Cavalier clapping now.
Yep.
Cavalier now.
Where's R at? I see his tag, but
And right here, right at this point, you should say, okay, guys, we should look in here. We should look in. Guys, we should look in on here.
one shot on the ground.
Clapping now.
He's dead.
And again, guys, we should look in. We should look in here. Look in, guys. Look in. Look in.
Good job.
We really needed this.
Anomaly
That
now.
point is
Because we're just role playing now. You should be free casting those two, like right here.
Sacred just off point here. No.
Like you want that sacred to be helping the bruisers on the point and your team who's like looking in. I'm not sure why your team isn't just saying to look in. Like I don't know why they're not just like talking to each other. Like they're talking right now. I'm not sure why not. Not sure.
No.
When King and Henson work together, it's like magic. But Anomaly was a total like merc from another company, and Tiles is good, Biko's good, and Not Cat is
Gotcha.
yeah.
We're about to get crashed on over here.
So we kind of had Anomaly we'd never played with before.
I'm pinging. Back here kind of by not cat a little bit. We can get temporary. Let's get him.
There you go. I'm buying and then I'll be there. On my way back.
We can get temporary. Let's get
Just stay wide. Just stay wide here.
Okay.
Don't go back like this. Just stay here. You'll be fine. The only thing that will happen is and also the fire staff in this group should also be staying wide with you. You should also be positioning here and firing into this, and also the quad DPS. If the quad DPS are not back here, if the quad DPS are standing back here and they're not standing here, they're trolling too. And yeah, just pull away to hold space,
Okay.
rather than go down.
There you go. I'm buying and then I'll be there. On my way back.
Yeah, you can see, right?
Yeah, I was like,
the stamp.
I didn't even know I was about to die. I was like,
No. Yeah, the tsunami is going this way,
Yeah.
like the stampede is going this way, and the traffic is going this way. And do we want to go into the traffic or the tsunami or the stampede? No, we just want to let the stampede go by and just stay wide,
okay.
right? And if we get pressure, we can pull wide too. And just like a principle for holding space, just as a healer. Not as a healer, but just for any player, generally speaking. It doesn't really matter who you are. You could be a main ball. You could be a bruiser on point. Principle for holding space is going to be that way. Like whenever you're in some kind of position and you get engaged on, right? Let's say like enemy is engaging you like this, and you want to hold space, right? And we can just say that this is the enemy's half of the field, and this is our half of the field, and you want to maintain space. What's the like if you want to hold this position in like when you get engaged on, like what's the best direction that you could possibly kite in to maintain this?
I want to wrap left.
Well, just know what direction would you want to go in to hold space directly in like in an ideal world. Like what direction would you want to go into to encourage you holding this position if you were going to move somewhere
As a team? I want
as
to.
you.
I want to
That's
move.
you.
Oh, it's me.
Just you. You're standing here. You get
Okay.
engaged on by like
Yeah.
by let's say a disruptor, and you want to try and hold this space as much as possible. This is the enemy's half of the field. This is our half of the field. What direction would you go in ideally in an ideal world?
I think I'd kite back towards our point.
No.
Because that's going to pull them in.
You would kite towards their half of the field.
Okay.
You would kite forward.
Okay.
Because if you kite forward, what happens? You're gonna gain space, and if whatever enemy is here in this position that decides to follow you, what they're gonna if they decide to follow you, what are they gonna do? They're gonna lose space. So kiting,
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
so kiting towards their direct to this direction of the field is the ideal. This is in a perfect world. This is what you do. Now you're not always going to be able to do this, but if you know that this is the best, what do you think the worst is then?
To run out to like the G10 area.
No.
No. Okay.
No. It would be to run backwards.
Okay.
Because if you run backwards and enemy decides to pursue you, well, what happens? If you run backwards, you lose your space. You give up space, right? You run more into our half the field.
And my team has to follow me.
And your team has exactly. That's also one thing too. And if enemy follows you, what do? They gain space.
Okay.
So if you know that that kiting towards enemy's half of the field forward is the best, and we know that kiting backwards is the worst, well, then you know that any possible way that you can kite, such as to reach the ideal, is always going to be a little better. So if you don't need to do this, like you should go for this. That will be a little better. And if you can do this, that's a little bit better, and that's a little bit better, and that's a little bit better, and until you reach the ideal. So any way that you kite, you always kite in a manner such as to meet this ideal, right? If you can do the ideal and you're not going to die, like you'll go for that. If you can't do that, but if you can go wide, that's better, right? And you know that this will be the worst. So you're only kiting backwards in I can't do anything else. I have no other choice but to go in this direction. It is the last resort. And you can think of this similarly in terms of this works in the inverse too when you think about engaging. So let's say that you're like two forces that are clashing against each other, like say on a push, for example. While if you're like an outsider, like and you want to engage on this and you're looking at it, right? And you're like, how would you ideally how would you want to assist this fight here? Like let's say you're a blue, like where would you want to engage from as a blue, assisting your blues clashing here? Like what would be the ideal place to engage from?
I actually
want
to wrap around to the right side of Mud Decron and Sussy Decron.
You would want to be ideally you would want to be here. You would want to engage from behind. That would be the ideal. So if you know that that's the ideal, and you know then that engaging in the same direction as your blues would be the worst way that you could engage, right? Just literally head on in the same direction as your blues, that would be the worst. And so again, if you know that that's the worst, and you know that engaging from your enemy from behind will always be the ideal, then you know that any way that you can engage such to better meet the ideal will always be a little bit better, right? So it also works in terms of like actually engaging rather than disengaging. So now that you know that, when we look at this position here, well, we know we don't want to be in front of the stampede anyways, but we know that if you're here and you could, like, do you think we can kite forward here? That would be the ideal to help, like, if these blues are trying to hold space, but obviously maybe they can't do that in this situation, but maybe some of them go like this instead of going like this. And if some of them go like this, like now the stampede will go through and maybe it might push some of these other players back. But like if we're dispersing more across the space, such as to more effectively hold this space, like they can turn back and come in on these reds, right? You can be stepping away and continuously healing your group, right? Like all of this principle applies to every player in the army. This principle of holding space and in disengaging and engaging.
We can get temporary. Let's get them.
There we go.
And that's why you want your fire staffs here. We would want our fire staffs right here. Obviously, our split pressure is going to be better because of the engage principle. And in terms of holding space, it's going to be better because now our enemies, to actually push us out, they can't just go in one direction. Now they have to think about going over here too. And we we break them up, right? We disperse that pressure.
I'm buying and then I'll be there. When we're going.
Aura farming.
Sacred on that fight right here.
And again, you can, knowing that, like, it's not just going to be good for you, but you can also be like, hey guys, try and pull wide here. Like, you see that cut, you see those people coming, and like, hey guys, we have to pull back. Like, pull wide here, guys, pull wide, right? And you pull some of these people away, and you kind of break that push up a little bit, and you help to hold space. This is one of the reasons why we have a wide fight in the first place. That's one of the reasons.
Clapping.
At the moment, it's
Caballero
very busy
now?
in our lane. Be careful.
Healing now?
Yep, it's fine.
7 seconds on sacred. 7 seconds on sacred. I don't have a clap. Player life unknown. I have you.
Yep,
Nope. Caballero, I have you.
I'm good. Yep, I'm good.
Let's back up.
Yep, it's fine.
7 seconds on sacred. 7 seconds on sacred. I don't have a clap. Player life. I think I have that in my I slowed it down. I think I have that in my comments.
Your DE here that you should have gotten off? You should try to go
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's up. Yeah.
And definitely here, like, you have to know, like, your limits. Like, that's one of the things that will help you with healing a lot, is just like knowing your limits. Like, you have this up, right? If you sense that your player is in danger and you're like, okay, I need to get off this heal, like, pop your stone form and like heal them, right?
Mhm.
And you don't have to worry about being disrupted. You don't have to worry about people running into you, and you like, you play limits and you like get that heal off to keep them alive.
Clapping now.
One of the biggest things for healing in general that you're going to have to constantly work on is egoing damage in order to get heals off. Not such that you don't throw your life away, but you get your heals off and you're still okay.
The thing
and that's
is,
what I mean by knowing your limits.
I do it in
Right.
threes like crazy, but in wars I get nervous because I feel like there's 4 other people depending on me instead of like 2.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. It's weird. It's weird thought, but like it's something I'm working on. It's a psychological thing. Like it's something I'm working on. Don't fucking panic. You're fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It definitely is a psychological thing, but it's also an experiential thing. Like your game sense and your psychology will be impacted by you experiencing pressure, right?
Mm-hmm.
And getting comfortable with pressure and knowing what you can take and what you can't take and what you can deal with and what you can't deal with.
Yeah, so like if I give you a really extreme example, but actually a true life story, right? When my brother was in Syria, he was sleeping, and there was like the civil war happening, and then bombs happening every day. first couple days he wasn't able to sleep because you're hearing that you could die any moment, right? Like literally fucking die any moment. So he could never sleep. Terrified. And then like 2 days later, he's like, "Fuck this shit. If I die, I die. I'm just gonna sleep." So he slept like a baby. A bomb happened like right next to him would land, and like he's chilling. And he sleeps. You
I've
get
had
used to
sleep
it.
deprivation. Yeah, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you don't care after a while.
Yep. So the same thing war and game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving you a sacred right there, Caballero.
You get used to it.
He left. He went in. Oh,
I'd rather sleep.
They're clapping. Oh, anomaly.
he went in. Oh,
There we go. They're clapping.
he left. He went in. Oh,
There we go.
yeah.
They're clapping. Oh,
He left. He went in. Oh,
there we go.
Yeah, definitely go for the DE here. Like you're already trying to go for it. Like it highlights. I don't know why you don't do it.
Sacred on ping.
Is it like I slowed some of this down to like? Is it in my comments maybe?
Potentially.
That
Here,
because I think I
definitely.
looked at this one in particular. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I think you tried to go for it. I mean, obviously, like, look, you definitely could be a little bit quicker here, probably, but also, I mean, this guy's probably trolling. Like, what can you say? Like, if your teammates troll and
Yeah, he's not in the
yeah,
company.
they troll and like
he
kind of
was
it.
just like we need somebody to fill.
Oh,
Yeah.
anomaly.
I don't know his. I'm not talking bad about him. I don't know what he.
He was just like, yeah, that was my bad. I mean, probably was like he's probably just trolling.
My bad. Really.
You can get some. Yep, we got some kills.
Sacred.
I do want you here to be kind of again turning your camera like it's a weird thing, right? When we're doing the kill squad killing, the alt looking stuff doesn't matter. But as soon as like we move from like kill squad into main ball, your alt looking has to go up, right? You need to be alt looking more because you need to be and this is the tricky part about 8, right? It's really interesting for kill squad, at least for outside, because you're not going to be as under much pressure because there's no sender in 8, right? There's no sender in 8, and so no one is sending on you. You're not under any pressure, right? If you're in 9, for example, like someone would be on you all the time. The tricky part, though, is that you're going to have this kind of kill squad gameplay, and it's going to transition into this sort of main ball gameplay where we're sort of playing at the edges. We're pressuring into main ball. We're dogging main ball players. We're adding to the crashes, things like that. And in that sense, we start to become more like a main ball. And if you're a main ball healer, you know that alt looking is like is what's the word? It's paramount to main ball healing effectively. So you need to be alt looking. You need to be turning your camera down because you need to see where the reds are coming, where they're going, where crashes are about to be happening to obviously alert your teammates. Like, oh shit, guys, they're like they might try and crash now. Like care, right? So that they don't get caught, things like that. So you can see like and prepare yourself to heal. So as you're sitting here autoing, you have to practice alt looking down, and that's sort of going to be the balance for you.
Right.
As an 8 healer outside at least. In fort, it will change like you're because again you're gonna sort of go back into the 5v5 kill squad mode. But outside, like when your team is winning and they're looking in, they're playing around edges, like you have to start becoming more like a main ball healer.
They're clapping. Oh, anomaly. I missed you.
No, that's not bad.
Shit. No, it was my bad. Really.
We can get some. Yep, we got some kills.
Now, maybe anomaly is trolling, but also maybe you're alt looking more often and you're seeing that crash coming and you're alerting him, and then he is like getting away from that position before he gets caught.
Yeah, we get into a situation later on in this video.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, situations happen.
And I kind of egoed it, and it was good. I mean, it worked out. But
okay. Another thing too, as well, what the alt thing is going to help you do as well is off heal, because once you start to because as we move from a kill squad healer to a main ball healer, we are going to have to look to off heal much more often. Whether it's bruisers on point, or potentially other people like wherever.
Yeah, Llama's actually helped me with that off-heal thing, and I don't feel that in this particular video I did a lot of off-heals, but in other ones I've done like some crazy good off-heals. But
yeah, and definitely
I've gotten
like
better at it. Let's just say that.
Yeah, for sure. And at least with the eight, with the eight healing, like your eight can be under a lot of pressure constantly, right? You have like a lot of pressure from quad DPS coming in. You have their eight, the other enemy G8 to contend with, and now for also playing close, like now we're also around like bruisers and crashes and stuff. So there's a lot of pressure for you to think about on your group. But it's again, it's all about your awareness of like what's going on, like what kind of pressure your group could be under or not under, whether they're on the back foot or they're putting their foot on the pedal, and then like you being comfortable and like having that vision, having the information to like see other people and quickly off heal and call it too. Like so when you off heal someone, you'll call that to your group so they know you're doing it.
Respawn. Okay. And
You guys take them to fort?
we do take the fort, and I've for the last few wars I felt that fort was like my weakest point, but I've like
let's take a look at that.
talked myself through that, and I've gotten better. And Llama's helped me with some G7 strats because I was doing a lot of G7 at one time on another company.
Yeah. Okay. You can take a look at a little bit
But
of
I'm
that.
not anywhere near her level. So as far as G7 goes, so no way.
Yeah, that's sort of the thing is like once we can have our different dynamics out here for like the different kill squads, but like once we get the fort, I mean, it's kind of all the same stuff for the most part. Like we all have to start playing. Oops, sorry.
I think G8 is
play the game.
Right. G8 is very engaging for me, and I like it. If I'm in a quad group, I kind of get bored. But like for tenacity, I'd like to like kind of like work my way into a quad group, you know, and then work my way into something else, and then slowly work my way into the stuff that I find more fun. But I don't want to let my team down. I want to be like absolutely fucking, good for my team. I want to be doing the right things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before I work my way into a G7.
Sure. Yeah.
You're
I mean,
right.
like different things are gonna have different value. Like a really really good main ball healer is like very good. It's like really awesome. Or, like imagine you're just like you're here and you're like just like the most Chad like amazing off healer and you're just like keeping your group alive and you're like keeping so much of the other like the rest of the main ball alive. Like that's insane value, right? Likewise, like being a really like giga OP kill squad healer out here that's like really hard to kill, that has like insane comms, that like keeps your group alive and like it provides so much value to that group. Like that's also great.
It's
too,
completely
right?
different gameplay. Completely different.
It's different gameplay, but both very valuable and very integral.
Right.
And I think the cool thing about 8 is that you get a little bit of both worlds.
Right.
You get the kill squad feely without pressure on yourself, at least outside. And then you get some more of like the main ball gameplay, like when your group is like playing more closer to the point and like looking in and stuff. And then once we get to fort, you get to play like a full kind of kill squad gameplay where it's just like a straight up 5v5 or an 8v8, like in the back, like in back eights or something like that.
Right.
And then again, like, you'll if your group's winning, like they'll be taking it down to like taking it towards the point, like taking it into the dirt, taking it towards the point, and then you get more of the main ball stuff. Like so. 8's like really cool. You got a lot of stuff. You got a lot of variety in 8.
I know now. Cab Sacred clapping now.
Yep.
Your group definitely should not be holding space here. They need to, if anywhere, like they're going to be holding space, it's going to be in enemy's top left. It's going to be up here.
Okay.
This is kind of like the winning position, right? This is the winning position up here, up to this line, right? Up to basically the top of point. Like this top left corner is like the winning position for G8. And then the winning position for G9 is like here-ish. They would be all the way up to here. And then, so you have like 9 kind of holding space here. You have 8 holding space here and pressuring in. And then you have your quad DPS players supporting it across this space here. That's the ideal.
Tiles. I learned to call you tiles.
So again, yeah, if you see them like back here, like fighting too far down, like on our half, like tell them to push up and stop trolling.
Well, that's what I'm here for. I don't know G8 enough to tell him that. Like, you need to go on in.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I'm just telling you. Yeah,
That's
I'm
why I
telling
was
you
like,
now.
that's no, that's good. That's why I'm here. I'm like,
Yeah.
like I've done G8, but I love
Mhm.
it, but I'm still like Tiles and Biko and King are way more experienced at it than me, and me and
Yeah.
Kat are kind of learning it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And track them here too, because like right now, again, like you need to
Tommy's in this group.
you need
No,
you
he's
need to be
not.
careful. Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
You need to be careful not to be static too and be tracking your group, because your group is pushed up all the way here right now.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is like looking in, but regardless, like you need to be moving, you be like utilizing the space that we've won here and like pushing up, and all of our healers need to be spreading out more here and using this space. But you just need to be pushed up more, because like, look, I mean, he's all the way up here. You can't even reach him.
Good job.
Clapping now.
Right, and you're very focused on the one that's pushed in. And yeah, you just have to be pushed up further so you can deal with both of them. I mean, this guy is, I'm not sure what this guy's doing, but he's, yeah.
Yeah, in my comments, you'll see, like, I think as good as Biko is, he gets stuck on point, but we're all in our lane, and then I miss him totally, but that's why he died.
Yeah,
like I
and that's
like
the thing,
slowed
like, you
that
can-
down. I'm like, why did he die? How did I miss that? That kind of thing. I mean, I'm
yeah.
really looking at this too.
Cab sacred. Clapping now.
One thing that you can do too as well, and this is something you guys can set up, and I'm gonna hopefully make sure we set this up within Tenacity, is you can take the 8 and the 9 and you can put them into comms together in TeamSpeak. And like what you would end up doing, I don't know why I can't connect to, okay. And you would, you all would join the same channel. So you just all join the same channel together. So it'd be like group 8 and group 9 together in one channel, and everyone mutes each other, except the healers.
Yeah, I
healers.
did that in another company, but like I couldn't give a good reason. Like I tried to do that here, and I couldn't give a good reason why we should do that.
Well,
they weren't impressed.
The good reason,
They were impressed with me.
The good reason is that you can hear when the other healer is in trouble. They can hear when you're in trouble, and you guys can support each other better. And we all know like how very strong it is when healers heal each other. Like it's very frustrating and very difficult to kill them. Or a lot more difficult to kill them. And that should be kind of the case for you. Like you're gonna have your own like the prio of like what's going on within the inner lane space, but when the outer lane space is lost, this will be lost. Now, the good thing is that what this war has looked like for the most part is that your 9 has constantly been pushing these guys back, which is good. And Cat is looking out here as well, which is great to like stop these guys from wrapping and pushing these guys back. And you can obviously support an off heal out here, especially like when your group doesn't need it, when your group is fine.
Yeah, our problem with this particular company is our kill squads have been pretty strong, but our main ballers have been pretty weak. So we've had some problems.
Again, the only way to counteract that is, or as a kill squad player, is to make sure that you take all the winning you do out here and you actually get value into the main ball. So actually hitting and dogging down these players and not making it very uncomfortable to exist, wherever we control the outside space. So if we control all the space out here, any main ball players like playing here, any main ball enemies playing here should not have a good time. It should be very uncomfortable for them to play over here.
Cab sacred. Clapping now.
Yep.
Tiles.
Okay.
Tiles now.
And absolutely, like if we are getting wrapped and getting pushed back, that's something you'll definitely be calling out and telling your group, like, hey guys, we're like 9's getting pushed back, guys, be careful here. And then what you'll do is what you'll want them to do if that happens is you'll want them to try and stay up. You will not want them to come back and try and deal with it. You will try and just like say, oh well, fuck it, like that's it, like we lost the space, and we'll try and hold our space like up here as much as we can. And what you can do is if you're getting pressured, you can rotate around over here and potentially heal from this side or like heal from here, depending on if there's nothing really going on here or something. You'll just try your best to like work around them being up in this position to stay alive and not get pressured. Even sometimes, like depending on how far these guys push, you could even like, just cut your way past them and just, again let them like go down here and like you go all the way up here and just play up here with your group and like keep them up.
Shit.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
Clapping now. Clapping now.
Also, I think you need to increase your nameplate count if you can, because like you cannot see anyone here right now, which is not good.
I got it set on 69. I don't know.
But that's a nice number. I like that number. But
Well, that's what Llama
it should
told
be
me to
100
do.
if you can.
Okay, I'll do 100.
Yeah, if you can help, if you can do 100, like go for it. Like
Also,
do that.
I think this video, I'd had problems with NVIDIA, and I had to reset my whole computer and go into safe mode, and then it reset Do World to high instead of low graphics. So I
Okay.
was having some, like you can't see it here on my video, but I was having some stuttering
issues.
Yeah.
Oh, stuttering. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
but you,
Okay.
you really can't see it on the video. So I'm like, okay, but I fixed that since then.
Yeah.
See.
Okay, thank you.
Sacred on tiles.
Oh, someone just called it out. That's good.
Assist off point.
I'm gonna try to plague Keeper of Nothing here. Yeah, he's plagued.
Again, want you to be, if your group is looking in and they're playing on point, want you to keep all looking.
I have all heals up.
Our nine's losing. We're gonna have to help 9 a little bit.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm not even in.
This
You
is
know
in my
you don't.
comments. This is in my comments right
Yeah.
here.
So no,
This is why Henson dies.
Yeah. So no, you don't want to help 9 here. You want to stay up in this position and get value.
Right. I looked to the left, expecting G9 to G9 to be wrapping into my back, and Henson was on point and he died, but the rest of my team was on. It was in our road. Yeah, and I was just like, fuck. That's my. What is she? I don't know what she's doing. You're circling it. What? That's my.
She shouldn't be
mage.
here.
Okay.
She needs to be over here. She needs to be wrapping and playing,
Okay.
trying to play up and supporting this so that this doesn't get pushed back. Because that's the thing with the quad DPS. Like your position is going to be to them, but what they're doing is they're supporting 9 to stay push up, and then they can still look into. Like she can pump this inner lane space from here, but she can also hold these guys back from here too. Like this is why you can't have quad DPS like just standing back here padding like in the back, trolling. And if you see that, like if you see that in your group, your fire staff is doing this in G8, you must tell them to wrap and play and help 9 push up and stop trolling back here.
Okay. I don't know if this name is popular or not, but Bannick is the one teaching her.
Okay, I don't know who that is. But...
You don't know who that is either? Okay. Me neither. She just like told me that, and I submitted my IGVG to him, or my IG fire staff to him, so he could tell me how bad I was.
Anomaly now.
Gotcha. Okay.
Anomaly. Okay, you're good.
There's a guy to off heal. Should be getting a heal from you.
I think that's in my
Your group
comments too.
Oh, that's
I
great.
was like, what did you do? You did not off heal him. Yeah, I don't know why I off healed him.
Yeah, it's a tricky thing. I mean, like in this position, like you kind of have to keep switching between kill squad and main ball brain, like just nonstop.
Anomaly now.
I see anomaly.
Oh, anomaly. You're on point. Okay, sorry. Cap now.
More people to off heal. Your group is topped off. You should be looking to off heal some players.
Burminator can die.
Yep.
He's one shot.
Your group is also like fighting here. Like there's a big fight going on here right now, and you're kind of ignoring it.
Now.
I see anomaly.
Oh, anomaly. You're on point. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I did call him out. He was on point, but he did move off. My group was over to the left. Yeah.
Yeah, but just this there's a big fight happening here, and you should be alerting your group to this anyways. Like, guys, like we're fighting in our lane. Like we turn to this, guys. Like kind of thing.
Burminator can die.
Yep.
He's one shot.
Anomaly now.
He got a big heal.
Your group's a little disconnected for sure.
Unknown now. Unknown sacred. That's the sacred on unknown. Clapping now. Clapping now. Clapping now.
Temporary Philo can die as well.
Yep, I see him. Trying to get back
You got
in.
out.
Yep, Validius
Unknown.
Miles on him.
Divining.
Dude, we're getting kills, but like our main ball can't turn it into anything. Chewy Decron, Chewy Decron.
Oh, Cap. Now.
I got shield up for you. Shield
Clapping.
up for you.
Or you should just just heal again.
Thank you.
Cap. Now.
Straight up just DE again.
Else now.
Yep.
Sacred unknown.
They're pushing inner.
Unknown now.
I am Decron.
I have 3 seconds on the hill. 3 seconds on the hill. 3 seconds.
Let's look it for it. It's a little bit of it. I don't want to overload you at all.
Wait a minute. Did I make it to fort here? Oh, yeah, we went into fort. Yeah. This was horrible.
Please make sure you don't walk into it.
W, let's look at it.
Like, I'm yelling at them. Do we just go to E? I don't want to be at D anymore. We're not even breaking down D. Let's just go to E. And I don't know. I don't know if that's the right call or not.
Keg is still there.
Watch the keg. Okay.
The keg's gone.
Okay, we're going.
And I was like, please do not go in on keg. Please do not go on keg. But anyway,
I've
they didn't.
finding everybody.
Oh, the biggest obviously mistake here is that you should just try to early sacred in this position. So your sacred should be already down here on top of everybody and just doing work.
Yep, just past the doorway.
And don't hesitate here. Don't hesitate. You popped your cleanse. Keep going.
Okay.
And the idea here is like we're trying to push inside, and we should be trying to get top of here on top of control top of people. So everyone should be trying to play for that. Obviously, I don't know if that's your guys' strategy or if you understand that in this position. But whether you're in G7 or G8, your goal is to push in and get established control on top of the wall up here. And part of that will be you pushing up here.
Okay.
And all your quad DPS fire staffs from strong side and the fire staff in this group going up here too. Like everyone should kind of just be pushing up here and going up. If we get some picks, obviously on the way in, this is great. But the idea is we get up top here, and with the control we have up here, we control the stage. And then from stage control, we get dirt and main ball.
I'm going up top.
Oh, this is good from you going up top like this.
Going point. I'm going down to dirt.
And you have this bow up here. I'm assuming this is either someone from... This is either quad DPS or I'm not really sure. But their groups, their players are totally oblivious to anything. Their quad DPS players are totally oblivious to controlling any of this. So I mean, this is great for us. We just take it for free, basically. Good.
Dirt.
And your group taking this down into dirt is good. This is good.
That's dirt.
Sacred and dirt. Sacred and dirt.
Yep, see it. Thank you.
Cap.
Tiger force.
And son.
Play live. Clapping.
Now you can drop down here. We have
I think
good
I do.
agency. Okay.
Unknown. Have you now? Sacred on unknown.
Like in quads, like I'm pretty comfortable. But when I'm on this back part, this has been my biggest challenge right here. So
Yeah, you're definitely a little scared.
I am
But look for
scared.
places to go to. There's going to be traffic going through here, but also standing here.
And this is
good too.
And this is better than 2 weeks ago. So
yeah. And then also think
I'm
about
getting
the
more
other
confident.
spaces.
Yeah.
Just whenever you're looking out across all of this, just know like obviously dirt is going to be probably some of the most dangerous places you could stand. But like, again, you want to not just support your group, but you want to be able to off-heal players too, like players on point. And so like you getting as closer to this without like compromising your own position, like ability to like just kind of freely heal is important. But you have to make that transition, right? So like the fire staffs up here, like once we have control of the stage and people go under it, like they're not just going to stay up there forever. They're going to drop down, right? And same with you too. Like you're going to get down from here at some point. Like maybe you're going to go here, but you're looking around to like where you could potentially reposition to like be able to like affect more of the main ball, like getting closer to point in general, like whether it's here, whether it's completely free here, whether it's over here potentially, right? This shit looks real free right now.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why we don't actually have healers up here right now, just fucking free casting down into here. Yeah, you're just constantly thinking about the open space in the fort, such that like you have a plan of like where you want to move to, like when you get pressured, or when you want to be healing more effectively, like you already know like exactly where you want to go to. Like you already have all these different spots in your mind, and you're just like as you're healing, you're constantly like scanning it in like the sort of like the blank spots
Right.
that you're not really directly looking at.
I've went and played and practiced in Fort just to get all the like little secrets. But at the end of this is like a total fail. I mean, that's why we lost. It wasn't me that we lost, but it was like a total fail for a lot of us. Yeah, I die and everybody dies on point, and
Yeah, it looks like your
yeah,
that fort is getting completely decimated.
right. Like
But
I
again,
die
like
at the most pertinent time. So
yeah, again, a big way you're going to be able to help further is being in a position to not just obviously hear a group who's been doing pretty well this whole time, but again, off healing, right? If you can keep these bruisers up, if you can keep some other people up around here in the main ball by off healing them, it's going to be huge. It's going to go a long way to helping us actually maintain presence on point and not get wiped out. Because it's all point, right? It's like we can do whatever we want on the outside, but as soon as enough players die on point, it's GG. You have to reset.
Farming just came up the steps.
Oh my god. Cab now.
I'm on him.
Oh. Cab now.
Spiky is plague.
Oh, we just killed so many. Look towards point. Look towards point.
You're good. You're good.
and
Don't go.
I'm scared. I'm scared here.
You're
Yeah.
fine. I know you
Yeah.
like fall off. You're like, oh.
I should have acted like I did it on purpose, but no, I did not.
Guys, got a 10 p.m. war. I'll be back right after.
Okay.
Okay. Got you. Clapping.
Decron crayons. Decron.
Oh, that was a bad sacred. Oh god.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it was.
Again,
I call
also,
myself out in my VODs now because I know I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Before I get
And
yelled
you're-
at by somebody, I'm calling it out. Yeah, go ahead.
That's fine. I mean, that's okay. That's all good. If you if your group is playing around this space, because like this is kind of the winning space for Group 8, like being in the space again, it's like very very similar to outside, right? Like you get your control here, like you get your outside control, and like you're taking it in, right? You're just going in and playing this space, having your fights here, and then being able to actually like hit these people, right? Well, yeah, your sacreds. In terms of like the good sacreds, like you're going to start thinking about sacreds as not only are going to help your group, but help the main ball, help the bruisers that are playing around here, right?
I generally in this group put sacreds like when we're on point, like it depends, top right or whatever. Just off point so that they can crash onto it.
Yeah,
is my
and another
thinking.
thing too is like
When
you
they
can
decomp,
also,
they can come to my sacred is what I'm looking at.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. And then also in the other direction, you can like facilitate your group to be standing and like further in where you think they should be, like right, like maybe they're like not looking in enough and like you want them to look in, right? Or like you want to like they're winning, but you want them to like direct that pressure in, like right. You'll put that sacred you'll put that sacred in a way that's gonna like make them play there, like where they should be playing. You can also think of it that way sometimes.
There you go.
I'm on point. Picking away.
All right.
This looks good though. We should potentially win here.
No, we don't. I mean, it's 50 seconds. I think we end up losing. I should have stepped sooner too, but or maybe this isn't the one. I don't remember.
This looks pretty good as long as people don't troll. Again, gotta know your limits. One guy is just you can't worry about one person. You just have to ego him.
They're crashing now. Come on.
Clapping.
Yeah, I panic here. Fuck. And I think I die.
Yep.
Oh,
And this is where we lose point right at the last fucking second.
And like look at the place. Remember when I said earlier, like it's the dirt that you have to be worried about. As soon as you go into the dirt,
They're crashing now. Come on.
clapping.
If you see anxiety and Oppo over there to the right, that's like my favorite place to play. But
over here,
yeah,
is also
I think
also giga dangerous. You have to be careful.
Okay,
I
okay.
usually like stand on this, but still like this is very 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 dangerous. You have to kind of think about in fort in terms of like traffic. This is why it's a good place for. This is a good place for like your group to control and play in, because you have the respawns coming in, you have traffic across hell,
Oh,
you
okay.
have the bruisers that are coming on and off of point. So this is a very these corners in particular are really good places to control, right? This is the same thing too down here, right? You have traffic going in and out of here. You have bruisers stepping on and off of point around this space. So
Okay.
these spaces are very critical, but they also mean there's lots of activity here. Like imagine trying to stand in these corners like as healers. Like this is
It's
cancerous
tough.
here.
Yeah,
Like
it's tough. It's
so
tough.
you have to be very careful. Like you can hide down here for a little bit, but yeah, again, you have to be ready to like have a plan of where you want to move. Oh, I'm gonna get engaged here. Okay, I'm gonna try and come up here and get up top, and then drop down again and come back. Or um, or I'm healing from up here. I'm going to drop down like to here for a second, heal, and then come back up, right? I'm getting pressured on here. I'm going to like drop down onto this, jump back up, and come back, right?
Right.
Whatever it might be. I'm healing like over here, like I'm healing on this thing. I'm gonna jump down, run around, come back up, or I'm gonna jump down, go over here, like whatever. Like you just always have a plan of like where you're gonna move to next, like when you get pressured.
Yeah, I've actually
Um,
practiced where I can jump to and all that, like how easy is jump from here to there, but
mhm.
I just need more
Yeah,
reps.
yeah. And also just know too that even though you want to start getting closer to step, just know that like we're ticking up here and we're coming into a point, like all the pressure is just gonna it's just compounding into this space. So it's just like you just have pressure that's building, building, building more and more and more as you get closer to like the epicenter of this. So just also be careful about that because you do want to step. You're right, but you also just don't want to throw your life away because there's so much shit that's happening near point as you're coming into it on the high tech.
Yeah, as I go into point, I usually check to see if I have like my ultimate up, whatever, and then if I have clap up, and then I try to like stand in sacred, cleanse, all the things the bruisers do, but basically cleanse and do my ultimate.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yep. Yeah.
we lost it
But
here.
that's enough though. We don't have to. I don't want to go over
Yeah.
too much more. That's enough to think about. And I can review some other stuff in